What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Will Carter, and if you guys are brand new here, we all welcome you to my channel. Before we go any further in what's hopefully going to be a badass video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon, turn her on so that you guys get alerted whenever I make an upload, because you're going to be missing out on all the fun. I mean, you've already been missing out if you haven't clicked the button already, so what are you doing? I think I said this in a previous video where I said that like candle making really is not like a one size fits all kind of thing. Like it really has to be catered to what works for you, and what works for you is not going to work for you, and it's definitely not going to work for me. So I had to figure out what worked best for me. After lots of thinking and visualizing and just really just like trying to figure out like what does work for me, I ended up finding out what doesn't work for me. And what doesn't work for me is buying candle vessels from other suppliers. So I decided that I was just gonna make my own concrete jars because I've always loved the look of concrete jars. I just never thought that like I'd be able to make them myself, so I decided that that's what I was gonna do because that is the look that I always liked, and that's what today's video is going to be about. I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my concrete jars. This is one of my concrete vessels. I have been making vessels every single day since I started, so I like to think that I'm pretty good at making vessels at this point. So I really want to show you guys how I go about the process of making this whole thing, and also how I get my really smooth bottoms. I haven't even done any sanding yet, but the bottom is so smooth. Let's not waste any time here. Let's just jump right into making this concrete vessel and let's have some fun. Okay, so this is literally the only things that you're going to need to make a concrete vessel. Starting with your cement. I use Cement All by Rapid Set. The reason why I use this one is because when I walked in Home Depot, this is the first one I saw, so that's why I picked her. No special reason, she was just first on the menu. You also need a water bottle, gloves of course, a mixing stick. Mine's just a little discolored, I hope you guys can see that. That's because I reuse mixing sticks because we're all about saving money, and these cost money even if they're cheap. We're saving money. 2 disposable cups, digital scale, you'll see why in a minute. 2 pieces of tissue, literally all you need is just 2. And of course you need your molds. I am using the 3x3 tulip mold by Modern Craft Labs. I love this mold. You don't have to buy this mold. You can get other molds on Amazon for cheaper than this. I like this mold because I like how the vessels come out. I also like how it's more rounder than like the Amazon molds that you find. Also, they come with a like little device that helps keep your mold in place so that you get an even, consistent jar every single time. And also, Modern Craft Labs also has molds for lids for these jars. A lot of the molds on Amazon do not come with molds for the lids. So you end up having to use a dust cover, which I am not down with that get down. So let's just jump right into it, okay? So here's the reason why I have a scale. I had discovered exactly how much in ounces I need of cement and water to make one single jar. Why did I come up to this number? Because this is 25 pounds of cement, 400 ounces. And here's the thing. I refuse to waste any of the cement because if you make too much of a mixture that doesn't fit in your mold, you cannot reuse that mixture. It's going to solidify in the cup. You're going to have to throw it away. There's no way to reuse it. So that's just a waste of money because that is cement in a mixture that could have been used for another vessel. I don't know what the measurements is going to be for anybody else's mold, but for this mold, this is the measurements. First, we're going to start measuring out the water. What I need is 2.35 ounces of water. I wonder if that reads on camera the numbers because I don't know what it looks like. Oh, okay, that's 2.36. That's okay. That's not really that much more. So we can live with her. Now I'm going to measure out my cement. So each mold that I make, I use a total of 12.05 ounces. I forgot to say that you probably should wear a mask when you do this because it can get really dusty. And guess who's not wearing a mask? Okay, 12.05. Perfect. That's exactly what I need. So this is the fun part. We're going to start Mixing, I like to mix the cement into the water, because if you take this and pour it in here first, it's gonna get really hard to stir, and you're gonna have these clumps of sand that's not gonna break down in that water, and it's just not gonna work out for you the way that you want it to. So I'm gonna start with just putting a little bit of cement in there, you know, and then I'm just gonna mix her down. It's super watery still, even with just that little bit of cement. Like, you really need a lot. I don't want to mix it when it's too watery, because it starts to splash everywhere. And like I said, I'm really good at doing this without making like a severe mess. Woo! I didn't need to put that much in it, but that's okay. Now you guys, actually I'm glad I did. Now you guys can really see how that's starting to like really, you see all that? You see how all that was underwater but it's still dry? That's what I mean. Like, you have to be really careful when you're doing this. When you look on YouTube and you watch other people do this, they tend to all say the same thing in regards to what your mixture should look like before you pour it. And they typically all say you want a pancake batter mixture. Now, I cannot remember the last time I made pancakes from scratch, bitch. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. So I don't even know what the hell pancake batter is supposed to look like. Personally though, just from what I've seen, I feel like my mixture is more on the runny side compared to everyone else's. That, for me, works. Now, let's move on to the next step. Because it's all nice and good. I'm gonna take my stick, get as much off as possible, and then, right on there, do it just like this. Why do I do this? Again, I want to reuse the stick. So just clean it off, put it to the side, and now it's time to start pouring my mold. As you all can see, very little mess. So here's what I like to do. Watch me here. I like to pour a little at a time. Grab my tissue, wipe the ends, very little mess. And then I like to tap it 10 times on 4 different sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm gonna do that until I get to the top, and then we'll go forward and I'll tell you what we do next. The reason why I am tapping it is because I'm trying to get all of those air bubbles out, because it will show. Okay, so now I can see that I'm really close to the top there, very close to finishing. So I'm gonna show you guys what I do to get those really, really, really smooth bottoms on my vessels. Now, you probably do not need the like little cover to do this. I'm sure you can do this with any Amazon mold or a mold from anywhere that doesn't provide that, but this is gonna be the part where I place this on top. And then what I do from there is I'm actually going to secure that with the butterfly clip, just to secure it, just like this. I'm just gonna pour this in very, very slowly. You don't want too much. I'm gonna stop there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna tap her in, and she falls right in very smoothly. I'm gonna do some more. But you want this to fill back up to the top. You wanna get to the top. See how smooth she still is? And I think I'm very happy with that. And there she goes. My mold is officially ready to sit. And this is where I'm gonna just let her sit and cure for the next 2.5 hours before I demold it. So normally I let my mold sit for 2 hours and 30 minutes. However, because I was like super occupied, I ended up let it sit for 6, but I never usually let it sit for that long. Okay, I know y'all can't see that, but that just like took forever. Okay, so this is what it looks like after taking it out of the mold. It looks, again, absolutely beautiful, really soft. You still might want to sand that a little bit just so that it's a little smoother, because that feels rough, but the bottom here, Can you guys see that? The bottom here feels really, really good. And it looks good. Also, very, very few air bubbles are in this. Like almost no air bubbles. I see maybe 2 little tiny ones down there, but that's not a problem at all. Lots of people like to give them a water bath. Listen, I've been making molds, again, every single day since I started. I have made so many molds at this point. I don't do that. However, I do like to take a spray bottle with water, and I do like to give her just a little mist, get the inside. And what I would do with this, now that it's nice and wet, I won't leave it here, but I'll put it away somewhere where it can sit, absorb that moisture, dispel the moisture, whatever the hell the concrete is doing. And it's actually gonna lighten and color a little bit once it's finished. So I'll let that sit for 1 day before I consider it completely done. So we'll put her aside. And now that we've made it here to the end of this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon so that you get alerted when we upload. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down in the comment section down below. And again, don't forget to subscribe. And with that being said, I hope everyone has a beautiful good morning, beautiful good afternoon, and a beautiful good night wherever you are in the world. Bye-bye.